Thank you, Adib. Let us proceed with ways to gamify your classroom. Games have many elements that make them powerful vehicles for human learning. They are commonly structured for players to solve a problem, an essential skill needed for today and tomorrow. Many games promote communication, cooperation, and even competition amongst players. Some of the most immersive games have a rich narrative that spawns creativity and imagination in its players. Finally, depending on how they are designed, games can both teach and test their players. They are incredible packages of teaching, learning, and assessment. The structural elements of games are also especially suited to serve this current generation of learners. Commonly known as gamification or gameful design according to Jane McGonigal, this approach of adding games elements such as storytelling, problem solving, statics, rules, collaboration, competition, reward system, feedback and learning through trial and error into non-game situations has already experienced widespread implementation in such fields such as marketing, training, and consumerism with rampant success. In the education realm, gamification is starting to pick up steam. How can we use this pervasive and engaging gaming phenomenon to redesign and supercharge the blended learning experience? Here are three ways to gamify your classroom to boost engagement, collaboration, and learning in remote hybrid and in-person learning environments. GameKit is today's revelation and very suited for gamifying your classroom. This game app lets teachers build quizzes students have to solve. They call themselves a game show for the classroom that requires knowledge, collaboration, and strategy to win. Students answer questions on their device at their own pace. Through a kit, students will get exposure to the questions multiple times to ensure mastery. There's a gamification factor about GameKit. Students earn in-game cash by answering questions correctly. But be careful, an incorrect answer will cost them. Students can reinvest their own digital money by purchasing upgrades and power-ups that suit their strengths. GameKit is especially a live classroom game, but you can use it for homework assignments, which are graded automatically. GameKit is eventually generates a report detailing what your students need help on. Next way to gamify your classroom is using platform Class Dojo. Class Dojo works best with younger students, usually in the primary school stage. The setting is a digital dojo where students can keep track of their mastery and skills. This app automatically assigns each student an avatar, which is a little monster. Each little monster collects points for anything from participation to helping others in the class. Teachers can use this app from a computer or mobile device, making it a flexible platform. One of the greatest things about Class Dojo is that it helps connect teachers, students, and parents. Although the app gives instant feedback about students' performance, it can also send a monthly report to parents. Therefore, it helps close the gap between the home and the classroom. The final platform to gamify your classroom is Edmodo. Admodule is a free Facebook-like learning management system that teachers can use to manage online instruction. Teachers can create an account classes and their first assignment or quiz within minutes and can invite students and parents to join them via class code, email, or handout. When students achieve great marks, teachers can reward these students with badges. I'm sure many of you would agree with me when I say that students love collecting things and comparing their collections with their friends, especially with whatever latest toy at the moment. There are few generic badges already available for teachers to give to students. For example, to recognize good attendance. However, teachers can create their own built-up collection of different badges more specifically suited to your students and your school. Plus, Edmodo also include leaderboards where students who achieve higher marks in quizzes and assignment will be at higher level. They will compete with each other to achieve good results, as parents too can monitor their children work progress and results. Right now, we are going to dive more into Edmodo instead of Class Dojo and GameKit, because Edmodo has completed the criteria of gamification features such as badges, leaderboards, points, social interaction, and story. I'm going to show you on teacher's perspective on Edmodo. Asfar will be showing you on student's perspective, and Zara will show you on parent's perspective. This is Edmodo webpage, the design of the platform closely related to Facebook. In other words, most teachers and students familiar with this kind of platform. Teachers can add as many classes they teach, such as physics class, chemistry class, and more. Teachers can also create a group with other teachers to share resources and collaborate with them. Looking at the second column, classes, this is where gamification features start. As you click on your subject, it takes you to the classroom wall. This is where teachers and students can share their story. This feature can help teachers improve connection with students. Discussion, class materials, informing quiz assignment, wellness check, and more. Next, looking at the student progress, teachers can look at the student grades and identify your students' progress throughout the year. If they score good result, say no more. Reward them with badges. Full attendance, reward them with badges. The more they collect the badges, they will be on the top of the leaderboard. What happens if your student has less badges? Easy, you can identify who is the problematic and need more attention. Lastly, for the messages, teacher can interact with one-on-one session with their students if they have problem with assessment, quiz, or understanding certain things. Then this is a place where gamification feature for social interaction works. That's all for me. Next, Asfar will show what students see on Edmodo platform. Thank you.
Okay, now I will be presenting on Edmodo from students' perspective. As a student, what I can see is there are 6 functions or interface that I will be discussing, which are homepage, classes, calendar, backpack, discover, and lastly, message. So, as a student, what can I see on my screen when I log into Edmodo? After login as students, I will be directed to homepage. As you can see, the interface itself looks like a social media such as Facebook, which I think it looks interesting that attract my attention. As you can see on the left, there are lists of the classes that I have been enrolled by entering the class code. As you can see also on the left below, it shows that my parents, which is Zara Azham, are also connected to the portal. Besides, I can also write anything that I want to share with my classmates and teachers on my homepage. Not only that, image and files can also be attached there. On the right section, as you can see, there are upcomings where it lists all my works that I need to be submitted to teachers. Therefore, I will not forget the task. Besides, if I want to go to my classes, I just need to click on the up button, which is classes. It looks like this. Okay, so I can see many features on my left section, such as my posts, folders, and members, which is my classmate, and small group if the teacher have divided us into small groups. Other than that, I can also start my discussion and share the class learning materials on this page. On the right, I can see schedule for that day. Next, on the right buttons of features is calendar. I can see my schedule or tasks that I need to be submitted here. With that, I will be aware of the due dates. Furthermore, the next button is backpack, which in this section, I can link my words to my Word documents, Excel, and PowerPoint, as you can see here. Also, I can link to my Google Drive, which would be easier for me in uploading the task given by my teacher. Next, when I click on the Discover button, I can see there are many games and apps features. Since it is a new platform, the game features is just one, which is fireworks, as you can see here. I can play this during my free time as it is an educational games. Last but not least, when I click the message button, my interface will look like this. I can personally message my teachers or parents if I want to ask them regarding my studies here. As you can see, that is me messaging my teachers on consulting the answer of the question that I don't sure. I think these platforms really help me as a student. Next, let's see on the perspective of parents, which I will pass the floor to Zarul.
Alright guys, now we are looking at Edmodo in the parents' perspective. First of all, as a parents, we need to track our child progress in the class, in the course that they takes, and as a parents, we need a platform to get to know our child marks and how their performance, right? So when a teacher using a different platform that most of other teachers using, which is Google Classroom, we might be a little worried how we're gonna be monitor them or our child, or we can monitor our child. So you just type Google Play Store. I will demonstrate live to you. Yeah, Edmodo. Yeah. So see Edmodo, then you can install it. Alright. So the apps version a little bit different user interface from the webs that I'm gonna show you after this in the slide. So don't worry, but the features are still the same, just the interface are a bit different. Edmodo, what are the benefits? What they offer to you? So Edmodo currently have 4 features and function, and have an interface that seems like Facebook and Google Classroom combined together. So as a parent, this is very good because parents are more exposed to Facebook than other apps. Yeah, are you agree with me? So they might find it easy to track down and use it, and very comfortable and very friendly for them. So the first one, we have the homepage. Okay, as you can see in the slide now, the homepage is very nice. They've got the students, the teachers post, and then the students, which are our child. On the left side, they have our child and what are the courses they're taking, and the main page, which are the teachers sharing the content or sharing the learning material, and the homepage, same as Facebook, where you share your contents and they will come to the wall, and we call it a wall. Next, they also have calendar. Okay, in this calendar section, yeah, you can have various information when the teacher updated. For example, on the 18 November, your student needs to submit this kind of work. Okay, for example, science. If the teacher set the reminder, we as parents also can get the reminder too, and we can remind our child to finish the works. Okay, so enough with the calendars. Now we are moving to the what's due. Okay, what's due is the works that need to be submitted. In case that the students are lying to the parents, we could say, there are no work, teacher didn't give you the homework, and we can track it by watching the what's due. And the last section is the messages. The messages features is very unique because it allows you to chat with the teachers to know how your progress. Also, without disturbing the personal space of the teacher. I mean, right now we are discussing of if you are parents and you have a child at school. If you want to ask something, you need to add the teacher on the Telegram of the WhatsApp. This is for me, that is a personal space for a teacher. So, without involved in their personal space, you can chat there and they will give instant feedback to you. Okay, so you also can add images, voice, video, and so on. Very impressive features to have. Yeah, and the next is teachers and student message. As a parents, you can see what the teachers and your child are discussing about. If the teachers are scolding your son or your daughter, you can see it. This kind of features is very nice for parents to monitor this the child doing. Yeah. For example, if the teachers scold your son without any valid reason, you can report it by taking the screenshot from the Edmodo. But taking it the positive way, this is a very good features for parents to see how their manners with the teachers. So that's all I think for the Edmodo from the parents' perspective. I'm sorry for any lacks of information, but I think that is the main features that as a parents can see in the Edmodo. I hope this will be informative to you and be useful for you. Okay, thank you very much.